So hello and welcome to Q&A episode 3. The footage in the background is me running through 5-man, generally being awesome as a healer, of course, you know, what. There's gonna be only one question this time. Part of it is because I only got one question since the last Q&A, but the other part is this question will probably take quite a bit of time and explaining, and I basically want to help this guy with this problem. So this guy applied for a guild and they rejected him because he's 14-year old and he's at school. And first of all, you wrote the message, I am 14 years old, but I'm more mature than most other 14 years old. Never put this sentence in. Never do that. Okay? That's something that raid leaders don't want to see. That's an alarm thing, okay? This guy feels like he needs to clarify that he is mature. And if you're mature enough, you don't have to say this, okay? If you are as mature as you're saying, or, typing, you don't have to do this, okay? So never put this in. Never. It only hurts you, okay? So never put this sentence in. I'm more mature than other blah 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 blah. That sounds really bad, okay? And he got rejected because he's 14 years old and he's at school. And he got no more info, he's upset about it, and he's asking what he should do. The first thing is stop applying to guilds like this, okay? Get into a guild that will accept you even though you're in school. If you try to get into my guild and you're 14 years old, you're still at school, and you live with your parents, we're probably not going to accept you. And there is a very good reason for that. You want to know what the reason is? Well, you don't pay for your own internet. You just don't. You live with your parents and you're at school. What's going to happen when you get really bad grades? Your mom's going to turn off your internet. And because of that, we won't have a healer or a DPS or a tank for our raid. Okay? A lot of people, or a lot of guilds these days, because it's much easier to be a 10-man guild, have this idea that 10 people for a 10-man raid is enough. In some of the raid videos, I don't know if I included it, but for most of our raids, we have 13 people in our raid group. And we're rotating them. It's because we have around 14 people for our 10-man. Okay? We have 3 tanks, we have around 4 healers, and we have a shit ton of DPS. Okay? So when someone can't make it to the raid, we still can raid. But a lot of guilds just have 10 people. And if your mom turns off your internet, they will have only 9 and then can't raid. They have to get a pug or not raid, which is what they're most afraid about. It's not about you, it's more about your parents. What are they gonna do when you get bad grades? Are they gonna turn off your internet? Of course. Nowadays, that's like the biggest punishment a parent can do, just turn off your internet. You're boned, you can't do anything. Okay, so that's the thing. We as raiders, I was a raid leader back in the day, during Wrath, and I would just not accept people like this either. It's nothing against you, it's just the only thing I care about when I'm accepting you is, are you gonna attend to raids? And I can't be sure, okay? I can't be sure. Your internet can just go off at any second. Your mom just can get angry. You will do goofed. You goof something up, your mom will turn off your internet, and you can't get to the raiding group. You can't attend the raid, which is what I want you to do. So that's why. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is, once again, nothing to do with you in particular, but with age in general. Older people generally are more responsible and more organized. Okay? People like me, I'm 23 years old, and I know that I'm way more organized and responsible than when I was 15 or 14. It's just a simple fact. Okay? Nowadays, I pretty much know what's gonna happen throughout the entire week. Okay, I have my plans for the entire week, and I know what's gonna happen. So when I can't make it to a raid, I know it well in advance. So I can tell my raid leader, hey, I can't raid on Wednesday or on Monday. And he has plenty of time to figure out a solution for that. Usually just telling someone else, another beamkin or something, hey, he can't raid, can you? And they go and raid. But of course, even though you're very organized, unexpected stuff can happen. You have to work overtime, you have to do something, you have to take someone somewhere, or you get stuck in traffic and stuff like that. Which is, this is not very uncommon in guilds with people older than 20. But everyone who is related to raiding in my guild has their phone in a note. So when they're late, that we can either text them or call them and, hey, are you coming or what? Or, which is usually the case, you look up your raid leader's phone, you put it in your phone, and if you can't make it, just let him know at least half an hour in advance. Okay? Hey, I'm stuck in traffic, I can't make it, I can't possibly make it, I will be late. At least half an hour. But I should be there at 9 p.m. Okay? So again, he can get someone else. But it's all about being responsible, which is something younger people are most likely not yet. You will be, you will be responsible one day, hopefully. But generally, younger people are not responsible, or as responsible as older people. So that's another thing to do with that: responsibility, organization. So these are the two things. Just the fact that you're not paying for your own internet, and your mom can actually shut it down at any given time because you just screwed up in school or you done goofed, and because you're not as responsible as your raid leader would want to. And it's nothing wrong about that. Just apply to a guild that doesn't care. There's plenty of guilds that just don't give a damn. Okay? You don't have to be in the most mature guild in the world. I wasn't when I started out. Okay? When I started out, I was young, like you, and I still got into a guild. But what I didn't do was go to the guild led by a 30-year-old guy that just has a job, has a wife, has a family, and knows what's gonna happen basically at any given time. He has plans for every day of the week, so he knows if he can or can't raid. And there is plenty of guilds, especially nowadays. There's just a crap ton of guilds. There are guilds that raid after midnight. There are guilds with really awkward raid times for people that do night shifts and stuff like that. So just find the niche that suits you. Find someone who doesn't care that you're 14, that your mom can turn off your internet, and you're gonna be fine. Okay? It's okay to not be in the best guild in the world as long as you're having fun. And you can always go into another guild. I've recently, 2 months back, I changed my guild. And I jumped from, my previous guild was rank, 44 on my server? And I jumped to a guild that's now rank 5. Because I just, practiced and I got better in my class. And that's it. Just don't give up, okay? Find a guild that suits you and you're gonna have a great time. That's it from me. Oh my god, 10 minutes. Thank you a lot for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.